Hey guys, how are ya? Jordan Peterson is right. Clean up your room and get more web design and development contracts. Okay, so this is a true story. We're gonna go way back in time when I was just getting my whole freelancing web design development business up and running. I was in the first year or two and I was doing pretty good. One day I get contacted from a client, new client. Somebody found me on the web. They liked the website, it was clean and neat. You see a theme that I'm going to be talking about here. So the website was clean and neat, and because of the website, they wanted to take a meeting with me. They insisted on coming to my place, and at the time I was working out of my apartment, at a small apartment downtown Montreal. My favorite apartment to this day, even though it's like a fraction of the size of where I live now. And so I said, okay, come over. So they came over one day and we sat, we talked, we discussed the project and so forth. And about a week later, I got a call back from them, and they gave me the contract. And it was many web apps and websites for several of their businesses. They had several businesses. And what I discovered a year after the fact, that one of the reasons that he chose me to do their web design and development work was because of how clean and neat my apartment was. Yes, let me say that again. They chose me partly, well, they said a big part of it was because they saw how clean and neat my apartment was. And I'm a bit of an obsessive compulsive on the scale 1 to 10. I'm like 2 on 10, 3 on 10 maybe. I just like to keep things clean and neat. It's hard for me to work. Well, it's harder for me to work if there's a mess around me. I like having things organized, clean, dusted, everything lined up. It sets the tone, if you will, for your brain about everything being, you got to get all your ducks in a row, as they say. And I think it reflects in all aspects of your life. And the example in the story is that this dude, this guy, he was not a coder. Most freelancers are going to be dealing with people who have no coding capability whatsoever. That's why they're hiring you. And as such, they're going to be judging your abilities when they first meet you. They're going to be judging you based on things that they can see, things that they can understand. So case in point, with this particular client, they judged me, well, the main guy judged me based on how clean and neat my apartment was. So he assumed, hey, this guy's got a clean and neat apartment. His coding and his work ethic will probably be clean and neat as well. And there you go. So Jordan Peterson is correct. Clean up your room. It does much more than just having a clean room. It allows you to clean up your mind and clean up your lifestyle in terms of how you think about things. It creates a good impression with people. Now, this idea of cleaning up your room in the freelance context extends beyond cleaning up your room. So first thing that they look at when they're coming to check you out, they're going to check out your website. Your website had better be pretty clean, right? You better have good sentence structure, good punctuation, good layout, clean layout, everything up to date. Very important, because they're going to be judging you on this. Again, most people who hire you don't have coding experience, so this is what they look at. They look at these external visual indicators of your work ethic and how you operate. So if you're out there as a budding freelancer and your main thing is to sell your coding ability, you might be saying to me, well, I'm not a designer, Stef. I can't design good sites, and what am I going to do? That's okay. You still need to get a template in that situation. Nice clean template, put it up. Don't sell yourself as a designer if you're not a designer. Sell yourself in terms of what skills you offer, but nonetheless, they're still going to judge you based on your cleanliness and the clarity and how well written your website is. This extends beyond that as well. When you speak to people, you got to learn to communicate in a clear, simple manner with respect. You have to learn to write in a clear, succinct manner that they understand. You got to remember, especially as a freelancer, but any business really, people don't want to hear they don't want a long sentences or paragraphs of text. They want to the point, clean and clear, simply written, well-written emails, simply written, well-written proposals. One of the reasons I got into education besides the fact I come from a family of teachers, is that when I would submit proposals to businesses, when I was doing a lot of freelance work, I would get over and over again from their project managers, the people who would talk with me. They would comment on how simply and cleanly and clearly my presentations were when I would submit proposals. And that was a big reason why I would get a lot of contracts, is because, again, it was simple, it was clear, to the point, and it just creates this impression that that's the type of work and that's how it's going to be dealing with you if you're clear and to the point. So you got to leave all these little signs, these little indicators of this mindset, if you will. That's why in my freelancer course I do provide 5 templates: initial proposal, email templates, contract templates, time tracking, all these templates to up your game, to provide that clean, simple line of communications with your prospects and with your clients. It goes a long way in terms of your business. One of the things that I started to mention recently anyway, is that once you have your foundations in terms of technology, so let's talk about web stack, but this applies to any coding. Once you have your foundations, people will ask, well, I know, let's say for example, you're doing Python and you want to do Python web, as an example. So you know your Python, you know Django, you know your HTML5, CSS3, your JavaScript, you probably know a little bit of Bootstrap. And people will say to me, what should I learn next? What framework should I learn next? Especially if you want to get into get a job, or whether it be you want to get into a job or freelancing, doesn't really matter. I said, well, the next thing you do is not to learn another framework. The next thing you do is to put up a nice site and to improve your written skills, improve your communication skills. Again, simplify the process. I'll give you a little tip. When you're writing out emails, you're writing out anything, you should write out the email from A to Z. Well, as an example, you write from A to Z, everything you need to cover, the points. Then you go back and then you edit out all the long words, all the big words. You simplify the sentences. You try to get it more or less, you want to try to cut down how many words there is in your email to get to your point. And then you do the third draft, third revision, where you correct some minor issues in terms of spelling, grammatical errors, and so forth. Whatever you do, don't try to sound complicated. Don't try to sound intellectual in your emails. People will sniff that out. Just be plain spoken and simple, and it's going to go a long way in terms of your communications. So back to the point. Instead of learning a new framework, instead of learning a new language, after you got your foundations down, you need one framework at least, because modern day developers use frameworks. Silly not to use frameworks unless in very rare situations. Anyway, beyond that, once you have your basics down, your foundations, your framework, work on your communication skills, written and verbal. This will go much further in your career, whether you get a job working for somebody or you're freelancing. Having better communication skills, better written and verbal communication skills, is going to go far further. Again, this is an extension of this whole Jordan Peterson idea of clean your own room. Basically, that's an analogy, as far as I understand. Well, it is an analogy Peterson is using in terms of just organizing yourself, not just your room. The room is a good way to start. It is really, and I'll explain to you why in a second, but it has to do with every aspect of your life, whether it be your relationships, your coding practices, your websites, the way you communicate with people verbally and written. This whole metaphor of cleaning up your room, that's simplifying, cleaning up, organizing. It's so important. This is more important than learning a new framework by far and away. So why does this work? Why does cleaning your room, this seemingly simple task, why would it have such a big impact, Stef? Or Jordan? Why would it have such a big impact in terms of your career and your life? Well, something I learned in martial arts. Once again, if you don't know, I did martial arts for 25, 30 years. Pretty hardcore. Back when I was a kid, when I was 19, I was thinking about going pro. That's how hardcore I was. Anyway, that's another story. What I learned in martial arts is that the little things, the little habits that you do, little things that you do in terms of holding your position, hands in position, and so on, this has a feedback loop in your brain, in the sense that it starts sending messages to your brain that you have to be, efficient. You have to be relaxed. You have to be organized in terms of your body mechanics, in terms of your thinking, in terms of your focus. And little things we would do. We would have little exercises in the different styles that would slowly implement, add to more habits of, cleaning up your movement, cleaning up how you conduct yourself. So like in a lot of Japanese schools, for instance, they insist that your uniform has to be clean, your gi has to be clean, you have to come in, you say cut your fingernails. That's just very practical, but cutting your fingernails and toenails is very practical, but it creates this ethic and this habit of cleanliness, this of not just being clean, but it just turns to being organized and being thoughtful about what you do. And this extends across other aspects of your life. It's cliche now. You hear about that. People do martial arts and they tell you about how it helped them with this and that and the other thing. And it's just the way our brains are made up. I studied psychology in university. I never graduated because I went into business instead. But anyway, so when you create little habits for yourself that inject discipline into your life, it could be simple as putting your dishes away after you eat, rinsing your dishes after you eat, folding your clothes, making your bed. These things have a larger impact over time. They create this mindset of organization, this mindset of priorities. I'm telling you, you do that, you're going to see it will pay off in a big way over time. Well, quicker than you think, actually, but it just accumulates like interest used to before the banks dropped the interest rates. But anyway, that's another story. This has to do, I'll leave it with this. This also impacts finances as well. There's no question. Disciplined, organizing your money, keeping track of your money, being top of your money, and learning to save as a habit every month and invest as a habit every month or every quarter at least. And you're going to see quickly enough it's going to have huge dividends, and you're going to start pulling away ahead of the pack in so many different ways. Same thing with weight loss. You want to lose weight. When I got very sick, they put me on massive steroids. I went up to 245 pounds, which was way above 50 pounds above my normal weight at the time. And so I was able to pull the weight down. I'm down to like 199, 198. Sometimes I go have a big meal, I go up to 203 and I go back down. But the point is, through the injection, if you will, of habit of just eating a little bit less, avoiding some of the sugary drinks and breads and so forth on a regular basis, over time I slowly changed my habits so that my weight would just drop without too much effort. Same thing with exercise. It's a consistent pattern. So I love universal principles like clean your room, simplify and clean up your code base, etc., etc. This is something that, these are gems. These are these are some of the true infinity stones, if you will, to borrow from that movie, is these universal principles that have tremendous impact, but they subtly become more and more important in your life as you just slowly but surely implement them. Anyway, I hope this is useful to you. Cheers, guys.